Gus Miller is maybe the most underrated O-lineman because nobody talks about him, and I do believe he's probably one of the best centers in the country.
Today, Gus Miller is all about the yellow and blue, but that wasn't always the case.
My grandparents both went to USD. They met there. My dad played football at USD. He played fullback. And then my mom went to USD. And so growing up, we were always just USD fans, even though we lived here in Brookings, which was kind of weird.
Following in the footsteps of his older brother Eddie, who also played at SDSU, Gus's first athletic passion was wrestling. And during his freshman year in high school, while Eddie was a senior, Gus would receive quite the humbling experience.
I was probably weighing maybe 200 pounds, and he was weighing 270, 260, and he beat my butt up all the goddamn time. He would throw me into the walls. If I had a bloody nose, he'd throw me one of those plugs or whatever. He'd just stick it up. Okay, let's go.
Gus would go on to become an individual state champion wrestler as a junior at Brookings High School. And although he wasn't highly recruited, he had become a good football player as well. And SDSU had taken notice.
As a parent, you want your kids to have good people leading them. That's the first thing I saw was the people that were leading this program, and you wanted them to have great experiences, and I saw nothing but great things coming out of this facility and the program.
After redshirting in his first year as a Jackrabbit in 2020, Miller would work his way into the rotation at guard the following season.
We were at Indiana State fall 2021. We were up by a decent amount. We had the twos in, closing out the game, and he had like a 5 or 6 play stretch where he had like, I don't know, like 6 finish blocks in 5 plays or something like that. Like everybody he touched, he was putting on the ground, and he just popped on film. We were like, man, all right, this kid really has some juice.
He would make the switch to center in 2022, and it came with quite the learning process.
After we moved him, you know, we'd have some good stretches. We'd have a couple days where we didn't have any bad snaps, and then we'd have a day where there were like 7, right? And everybody loves the days where there's none. I kind of look forward to the days where we'd have like 6 or 7 because we can coach off that now.
His first time playing center just was the funniest thing, and I mean I felt bad because like I would have been nervous too to snap the ball at Iowa, you know. So yeah, if you could see his face, it just looks like he saw like 1,000 ghosts all in one sitting.
Miller would play well against the Hawkeyes, but did have his fair share of struggles in the following games.
That early part of the year last year was just a huge growth process, and I think there was a lot of value in some of those tougher times. You know, kind of got dragged through the mud a little bit, and you learned how to block out the outside noise, and then, you know, what do you do when you got to get better at something? You come back on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and you just work your ass off.
In my meetings with Coach Chris, our mental strength coach, having 2 or 3 meetings a week with him, trying to focus on just staying calm and patient during the play.
The Brookings native would figure it out and would go on to be named the team's Offensive Lineman of the Week twice during the playoffs. And this season, he's been rock solid.
You put something in front of him, and he's going to do it no matter what. We weren't sure about what college was going to be like for him, and it's turned out to be an incredible experience.